I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle. Thank you, as always, for spending some time with us. We'll have more on all of that coming up. But first, it's not a protest. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Stop calling them protesters. Start calling them what they are: insurgents.
Kill yourself, bro.
This isn't a new civil rights movement. This is a Marxist uprising organized by people who despise America and our rule of law. Outside a privately run ICE detention facility in Newark, these hard-left revolutionaries are trying their best to provoke a response from authorities. Now, they know Alex Preddy's death in Minneapolis kept the agitators all excited, kept them going, and it spurred wall-to-wall media coverage. And just as in Minnesota last January, this is all choreographed.
It's all paid-for protesters. You know, you can see by the signs. The signs are all made by the same beautiful factory. It's a printing plant. These aren't protesters. These people are fake. They're all paid for.
Of course he's right, but DOJ needs to follow the money trail. Where is it? We're still waiting on their investigation into Antifa, which shows up in these mob scenes as well. Now, this question came up in the briefing room today, where Scott Bessent was the special guest star.
I want to ask you about Antifa. In October, the Treasury Department started working with the FBI to investigate who's funding Antifa. Can you give us an update on that investigation? How close are you guys to finding out who's funding Antifa?
It is ongoing. We made substantial progress, and I think in the weeks and months ahead, we're going to have a lot to report.
Not a moment too soon. In the meantime, no one with any brain function is going to believe the story that the press is pumping, that the young woman whose husband was being held inside, who went on that hunger strike, organized anything on her own. Her name is Gabriela Soto. Now, liberals are treating her like she's a modern-day Rosa Parks. She's even bringing her young daughter to the protest. She even admitted that the primary goal of this is not to get better conditions, but the demand that all detained illegals be freed. She did that in Democracy Now!, an interview she did. So this is all staged. It's the same old script. Follow the money, though. Now, her husband, who was on that hunger strike inside the facility until he was transferred, is essentially just the newest Maryland man. Democrats take up his cause, an illegal who never should have been here in the first place, and then the Democrats pretend they care. They're so compassionate. They really care about him, when they're really just using all of these migrants as pawns.
The stories that we've heard out of here are horrific. ICE continues to blatantly lie about the conditions in all of these detention facilities. If they are as bad as everybody seems to say, then why on earth are the Republicans trying to give ICE more money to brutalize and terrorize our communities?
It's all a vicious lie. And would that guy ever walk across the street to help a homeless vet, by the way? Would he show up and wait there and grandstand? No, of course not. It's disgusting. Now, what they refer to as terror is simply law enforcement. But because they think America is inherently evil, they think her laws are evil. So DHS bats all of this away, saying in a statement that all detainees are provided with 3 meals a day, clean water, clothing, bedding, showers, soap, toiletries, and illegal aliens also have access to phones to communicate with their family members and lawyers and certified dietitians. They evaluate meals. In fact, ICE has higher detention standards than most U.S. prisons that hold actual U.S. citizens, they say. Okay, so Earth to agitators. These facilities aren't wellness spas. They're temporary holding places. But New Jersey Senator Andy Kim showed up and put in his best performance. Well, he got in the way of law enforcement, so he got pepper sprayed. His biggest accomplishment since he's in office, frankly. Now, he was there to get publicity for himself and to do a little constituent outreach.
I'm not complaining about the pepper ball spray. This isn't about me. I was willing to take on that risk. I'd do it all over again, anything that I can to keep my constituents and to keep people safe.
His constituents, he's admitted it. They're his constituents. Well, no, they're not actually, but he wants them to be. Because Kim and his cabal want no one deported ever. Why? Because they need these migrants voting to have a prayer going forward, because regular people are on to this nonsense. You know, they're too busy working to stand outside advocating for lawbreakers, and they don't want to do that. By the way, regular people actually need to get to a real job.
What am I doing? Am I bothering y'all? Huh? If I hit one of y'all, I ain't going to jail, right? No, I ain't going to jail. If I hit y'all, go to jail, right? Come on. What's wrong with y'all, man?
A lot of legal immigrants who are actually driving trucks or doing work, they watch this and they think, wait, what? What is this? They're the biggest critics. So where do we begin here? Now, watch what happened when New Jersey State Assemblyman Paul Canitra went undercover at Delaney Hall yesterday. This is what he witnessed. It was an old leftist hag harassing the Asian chaplain for the facility.
All of you. Mr. Asian, you scared to talk to people? Mr. Asian.
What's with the race?
Oh, what's with the race?
What's wrong with you?
Let's talk about race. How about all the brown and black people in Delaney Hall? How about that? That you torture. Mr. Asian. You're a piece of
Thank you. Thank you very much. I love you.
You're very welcome.
How disgusting. So just pathetic. But seriously, this isn't a protest. It's an uprising. It should be treated as such. Civil unrest coast to coast is what they want. The goal is to undermine overall trust in the American system. Then they can replace it with their socialist Marxist replacement. Now, almost a year ago, Senator Padilla led the anti-American choreography when he busted into Kristi Noem's presser. Remember that? It was all staged. So voters are going to have a few simple questions to answer in November, obviously focusing on the economy. But the other questions are, which party will fight for Americans to keep your streets safe and to keep laws enforced? That's the American way. Who's going to fight for that? And which party will fight hardest for illegals who feel entitled to stay here and take as much from us as they can? Those are easy answers, and that's the angle. Here with me now.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.